What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and go ahead and mark today on your calendar. Today is a big day. Today is a huge day when it comes to this Britney Spears story that we've been talking about for months and months and months now. Because finally the story is coming unraveled. Finally, things are starting to come to the light. And a lot of us that have been telling you all that something is going on here, we don't look as crazy anymore. And honestly, I don't know why people were looking at us crazy in the first place, because if you're going to look at anything crazy, it should be Britney Spears, not people who are pointing out that her erratic behavior is very concerning. But if you haven't watched my last video, I suggest that you stop watching this one, go watch that one, and then come back to this video, because it has now been revealed that Britney Spears' team, Britney Spears' husband, Britney Spears' friends, they're trying to set up an intervention for Britney because Britney's been going off the deep end. Britney is having problems with mental health issues and reportedly, allegedly, substance abuse as well. She's taking certain substances that she's not supposed to take, and she's not taking other medication that she is supposed to take. They've noticed that her behavior has gotten worse and worse and worse, more erratic. She's lashing out at people. So they figured they would set up an intervention. Now, how did they go about doing this? The reports are that they rented out a house. And they were going to rent out this house for months on end. And Sam was going to take Britney to this house. Everything was going to be okay. Britney wasn't going to know that anything was happening. And then when they get in this house, Britney's friends, her team, and various doctors and psychiatrists were supposed to be waiting for her at this house, where Britney would live for a few months while going under mental health evaluation, regular medical checkups, therapy, and you name it. Now, what does that sound like to you? That sounds like exactly what was going on with Britney before the conservatorship ended. In fact, I now have to question a lot of the things that are going on here, because I told you all, I cannot confirm, I want to be clear, I cannot confirm that second house that Britney Spears supposedly bought after her wedding, I cannot confirm that is the house, but look at the timing of things. We know that right after Britney Spears got married, she supposedly bought this new house. And then we saw maybe 3 or 4 pictures there, only for her to never return. And then the news broke a couple of weeks ago that she is selling that house already. Well, I can't remember the exact amount, but it's like a $15-something million home that she bought, didn't even live in, and sold almost automatically, because she's right back in her same living room, doing the same dances, trying on clothes and everything again. So the question was, what was up with that home? What happened to that house, and why? Why do something like that? I know in people's minds, we think that, oh, rich people can do this and that. No, it doesn't matter how rich you are. You usually aren't buying, $15, $20 million houses and then selling them 2 weeks later. A lot of work goes into that. Work that, of course, Britney Spears wouldn't be doing, but on her team's behalf, it was really weird. So I'm starting to think that second home that they purchased for Britney, I think that was going to be her new mental facility. Yeah. It looks as if that home that they bought right after Britney Spears got married, it looks as if maybe they didn't necessarily buy it. Maybe they were just renting it out. Maybe this house ain't even the house. But it's starting to look like that to me. We have this home that came into the equation out of nowhere, and now it's leaving out of the equation out of nowhere. And as far as this intervention goes, they had plans to set up this intervention, but Britney caught on, and then the plans were scrapped. I'm sure Britney absolutely snapped when she found out what was happening. But this is starting to paint a clearer picture of what is going on here. Because it's starting to show that, yeah, Britney is dealing with issues. And a lot of my videos have been me just trying to convince people that Britney Spears isn't necessarily okay. And she doesn't have to be okay. Someone who's went through some of the things that Britney has gone through, it's understandable that she's not okay. But people have been preaching nonstop, day in and day out. Britney Spears is great. She's making new music. She's going to be at the Super Bowl halftime show. Britney Spears is in the studio recording. Britney Spears' relationship with her kids are great. All of that stuff is lies. All of that stuff was a lie. I don't care who reported it to you. You could go tell them on their channel right now that they're a liar for all of the lies they spread about Britney Spears and the false positivity that they put out there because they want to be cool with Hollywood. A lot of what's going on here, folks, people are accusing people of like, oh, this person's on this person's payroll. This person's getting paid by Britney's team. This person's getting paid by Team Con. The reality is you have two types of people in this YouTube social media space. You have authentic people who don't care what other people think, who are just here to tell the truth and get down to the bottom of these stories. And then you have people who are trying to form connections with Hollywood. You should be able to tell the differences in the channels. When you watch a channel like mine, and then you watch a channel like someone else's, who's obviously trying to get in Hollywood's good graces. That's a lot of what is happening here. A lot of these Free Britney creators, they're just people trying to make a way in Hollywood. They're trying to get famous. They're trying to something. So they don't want to call out Britney and her actions because in reality, they want exclusive access to Britney. They want to meet Britney Spears backstage and give them a hug and weird stuff like that. That's what they're focused on. So their shills, they might not necessarily be getting paid off by anyone, but they do this because they're trying to get in the good graces of people in Hollywood and people who are working with these celebrities. You can see it all the time. I don't have to call anyone out. Just look at the channels. You should know who's trying to get in good with Hollywood, and they're really PC and they're really careful with what they say because they're trying to get in good graces. And then you have authentic people like me. And I'm not saying like, oh, I'm the only authentic person on YouTube. I'm just saying like, you can see a clear-cut difference between my channel and my opinions and the opinions and the channels of some of these other people who, like I said, they're just trying to get in the good graces of Hollywood bigwigs. It's really weird. But they'll constantly deny that something is going on until Britney's dead. And that's what Britney's family and friends are saying. They say that Britney Spears is going to die if something isn't done soon. And to be clear, her father, her mother, her sister, her sons have nothing to do with what is going on right now. But my main, I don't want to say my main focus, but what I'm trying to get down to the bottom of here is what is going on with this house that she was supposed to have this intervention at. Because I told you all weeks ago that something isn't right. From the moment she bought that second house, I told you all something isn't right. Why wouldn't she have her wedding at the new house? You know what I mean? Like, the house that she's currently staying in, people call it Britney's prison. We've seen her spinning in circles in that living room for years, right? People call that Britney's prison. So when she bought this new house, I thought, okay, maybe this is good. Maybe, or she supposedly bought this new house, maybe this is Britney trying to move on. And then, instead of having her wedding at the new house, she had her wedding at the old house. And then supposedly started moving into the new house 2 or 3 days later. Only thing is, we only got pictures and videos of the old house. We saw maybe 1 or 2 pictures of the new house, and then never heard of the new house again. And then next thing you know, oh, they're selling the new house. In reality, I don't know if they ever bought that house. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But I do believe that that home was supposed to be Britney's new facility. And Britney Spears isn't going along with it. So what we're having right now is we have Britney Spears' team, her Sam and whoever, they at the very least know something's going wrong with Britney, or they're trying to take advantage of Britney. But at the end of the day, we have a conflict here. We have Britney versus her own husband and these other people. So I'm really wondering what the dynamic is here right now. You know, is Britney Spears trying to avoid, you know, therapy and random things that these people are trying to put her through? Is she viewing them as the enemy? There's a weird dynamic going on there right now. Because I assume that Britney Spears doesn't want anything to do with this, but the people closest to her want her to do this. Do they want her to do this because they're concerned about her mental health? Or are they just trying to take over? I told you all from day one that this Free Britney movement, the only thing it accomplished was it got Britney's family out of the way. Everyone else is still here. Everyone else basically is still here. You got Britney's father out the way. Congratulations. Now other people are going to take control of Britney. But I want you all to look into it as well. I'll keep looking into it. I really do believe that this house that they purchased after her wedding, I think that was supposed to be Britney's new crazy house, her new mental facility, but things didn't work out. At least that's what is being reported, that they wanted to put her under intervention at a random house they rented in LA for a few months, and it didn't work out. Let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comment section. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.